Universe 13, Year 737, Planet Earth, home to humans, humanoids, and animals. A mysterious child screeches as an old man attempts to calm him down, who insists he doesn't mean any harm. Trying to get a hold of the infant, no matter what he does, all the baby wants to do is kick and scream, simply full of violence. The elderly fellow thinks how fortunate it is that he was the one who found him, as this little guy is strong enough to probably kill someone. Raising the boy, Grandpa Gohan writes a letter to Kami-Sennin, or Master Roshi, detailing how he found and adopted a strange human infant with a monkey tail. However, he is very violent and aggressive, but only towards him, not animals. Yesterday, he nearly fell to his death from a cliff during one of his outbursts. Seeming to be just a year old, the boy also appears to understand when Gohan speaks to him, and has even spoken his first words himself: kill humans. He's only calm when eating, and when learning self-control through martial arts. Beckoning his master if he knows someone who could offer counsel regarding this kid, not able to bring in a normal person as it would put him in danger. Not even able to go through a full night's sleep. Gohan continues to think of a solution, considering it may be possible he just needs a feminine touch, remembering Ox may have a young daughter. But thinking it through, he probably wouldn't respond well to the request of introducing a hyper-violent homicidal maniac to her, when the demon himself comes tugging at the old man's pant leg, simply saying, "Martial arts!" But Gohan tells him it's too late to train. With that, he barks, "Wanna eat?" causing him to simply reply, "Wanna sleep?" when Goku's heart begins to thud, as he appears to fall into a trance. Gohan bending down to see if the boy's okay. Tonight is the night the Saiyan would transform on the Earth for the first time. Running back to his home to fetch the Niobe. The situation gets more intense by the second. Gohan tries to think of something else he can do, and since the tail kind of stands out a bit, he thinks that may be his weakness. And while we get an interesting origin to the rock, paper, scissors technique, the old-timer falls here to the mighty invader, who resumes his original goal, to kill all humans, stomping off into the night. About 24 years later, not long before the arrival of Raditz, Earth is now shown to only bear host to a small pocket of animal life. The vast majority of, if not all, humans and humanoids are dead. "What are you doing, Krillin? I'm coming to stop you, demon! You'll die, Krillin! You'll die like all the others! Take that! And that! Oh! See? Now you're dead too!" Frieza Planet 54. After subduing his brother and retrieving him from a desolated Earth, Raditz speaks with a member of the medical staff on Kakarot's condition. Most worrisome, it's blatantly evident he's suffering from several mental disorders, likely due to living alone his entire life, only chasing a singular destructive goal. But as Saiyans are, Raditz doesn't care for the details, only wanting to know if they can, quote, fix him. Apul, or another member of Apul's race, goes into how he was given sedatives to calm him down, for now. But as his brother, he will need to speak to him every day to work through these problems and bring his mind back to functioning order, believing his will is strong and his sanity should return with time. 5 days later. Them! There! Must kill! No, Kakarot! They're not under contract. 10 days later. Use the cutlery, Kakarot! The what? I throw power! It goes boom! 20 days later. You must concentrate your energy and know where it comes from for you to attack efficiently. While the sibling trains, Raditz has a conversation with somebody on his scouter, saying aloud he believes Kakarot is ready to join him. Although he isn't very strong, he's gotten back on track pretty fast. He simply needed some real Saiyan training. Ending the communication, we find out it was either Nappa or Prince Vegeta he was speaking to, and they'll be regrouping with them in less than a year. But this news only frustrates the savage warrior, not wanting to sit idly for that long, before asking if they had a planet to slaughter. But the more experienced fighter doesn't feel it's the best idea for only the two of them to attack, wanting to increase their numbers first. But pressing the issue, Kakarot questions if they really need these other guys. But in full transparency, his older brother tells, Nappa and Vegeta are each 10 times stronger than either of them, and it's not enough to be the most powerful individuals on Frieza Planet 54, admitting that's why he searched for his younger sibling in the first place, as alone, he is nothing in the eyes of an elite. Showing not one for manners, of course, Kakarot quips, "So without your lack of confidence, I'd still be on Earth." Going a bit Tyson Fury, or maybe Mike Tyson, on his foe, and licking the blood from his face. This gives our forlorn hero an idea. To show them what they're really worth, the brotherly duo should stomp that planet before they even arrive. But bellowing out in laughter, Raditz points out the natives aren't weak like the Earthlings, and his power is a paltry 576. But Kakarot urges he check that scouter again. Skyrocketing, for him at least, and now reads nearly 3 times as high, at 1445. It seems there are things the lesser warrior has learned on Earth that he can teach his brother. Though impressive, they need a lot more for the world they're heading to. In fact, they aren't even powerful enough to control Cybermen, resolved to teach each other everything they know. Kakarot believes in 6 months, they'll be making the power detector cry, but proving to have their work cut out for them. Only 4 weeks later, Kakarot faces 13G gravity for the first time. Not much more intense than Planet Vegeta's pull, but he finds himself puking his guts out hands and knees on the ground. Another month would pass, and they may be pushing themselves too hard. But hey, a good beating can also help a Saiyan's progress. Raditz taught Kakarot the advantages of flying, how in the air, the weak points of an opponent change, and the ground is no longer a protector. The younger brother then tells his elder to set a scouter aside and scout for himself, feeling the energy of those nearby. Studying up, they learn the scientific process of how the full moon transforms them into Azarus. As Raditz states, there are no celestial satellites orbiting their target. Kakarot theorizes they don't need one, just the strange light the moon emits. Maybe they can harness it into some kind of device. Between that and the Cybermen, they'll trash that planet. And the Earth having sold well, Raditz was rewarded handsomely. If the engineers here could make some sort of tiny lamp. And finally, on the 6th month, they head towards planet Helior, host of the Hellites. Quite a unique and remarkable world. Not only does it have no moons, but no star either, lit and heated by a gigantic construction that simulates the job a sun would normally do. But given its shape, it does create a rather interesting sky. As on the ground, a message rings out to a few individuals. As an off-duty soldier scoffs, it appears the Calyx are attacking again. So unfortunately, his leave is cancelled. His family gripping him, crying he just got here. But nothing can be done, as duty calls. His wife and daughter staring on as he flies away. The girl's mother grunts she's gonna go find her a new dad, who couldn't be happier in the betrayal. Though familiar with fending off attacks, the Hellites never expected to be invaded by an army of only 2 people. No, Kakarot! I told you not this building! You didn't say anything about it! I said not the scientific instructions! Learn to recognize them! While the Saiyans squabble about what building is what, a couple of soldiers aim a giant weapon. Sprinting towards the action, the bloodthirsty Kakarot is excited to find more people to kill. Raditz warning to leave the ones in white coats alive. At the Helior's militaristic headquarters, an officer panically reports to his superior the troops they sent were quickly slaughtered, leaving the commander to wonder just who these guys are. Resolved to send the Ultras to take care of them, but devastatingly, they're currently battling the Calyx on Anshot 1, and it'll take at least 2 days for them to return. Butting in, another informs they actually do have one Ultra ready at the helm, as she just recently got back from a mission. With the invaders, Kakarot still brushes up on his architectural education, inquiring what to do about the buildings with flags. Raditz snipping those are priority targets. Touching down, little brother questions where she came from. Continuing to mentor, the elder states she's obviously an elite warrior, revealing the one called Fiend. Amazed to see they don't need weapons to fire energy. Kakarot quips, "Not that elite. Take this!" Hey, she's a real pain in the ass. After vowing to teach Kakarot some manners and blocking the other with a shield, she shouts to the latter to explain who they are and to tell her everything, or she'll end his friend here. Raising his hand to the sky, he replies for her to tell him everything, or he'll put an end to this little city of hers. Asking, what? Raditz then realizes she doesn't have any information he needs. Decimating the surrounding area, Fiend protects herself with the energy shield. Grabbing her from behind, the warrior gasps he was out cold, but her brutal opponent scowls. He's been through much worse on Earth, surely putting an end to the Helior elite. Word of her demise making it back to headquarters. The commander demands every elite to be recalled from their missions. Grabbing his brother, Raditz decides it'd be a good idea to hide for a while as he regains his strength. Who can't help but giggle. You destroyed all the scientific buildings! I saved your life, stupid!